Hello, my name is Adam Wood and I'm the Vice President and General Manager of our Global Industrial Converting business. For many of you, this is the first opportunity I've had to speak with you as part of our new global organisation. As my first video, there are many subjects I could cover, but the one I want to talk about today is the one I care most passionately about, your safety. Wherever you are in the world, whatever age, gender or culture, we all share the same precious gift, our health. Our health is what enables us to spend time doing what we enjoy and of course going to work each day to develop our skills and earn our livings. We were all born with one body and how we take care of it is critical to enjoying and living our lives to the fullest. As you all know, safety is a core value of Sonoco and we take pride in our ability to keep you and your colleagues safe each and every day. Safety is one of our 6 key focus areas and is clearly aligned to our guiding principle to be a great company by doing the right things. Safety has been embedded in Sonoco's culture for many decades, but it can disappear in an instant with a poor decision or simple misstep. For us, safety is a key value because values do not change. It's something we believe in, something we expect of our employees, and ultimately an important piece of how we measure ourselves against our guiding principle of becoming a great company. Our mission relative to safety is to create an injury-free environment for our employees. Our goal is 0 injuries. While many of our ICD regions are doing well, some in fact are injury-free. Unfortunately, in the first quarter of 2015, we have injured an unprecedented number of people, and that is unacceptable. As I communicate to you today, we've injured 12 people in the industrial converting business, a business that I am responsible for. In addition, we have had 6 medical first aid incidents, which could quite easily have become recordable injuries of a more serious nature. Of these 12 injuries, 3 involved employees who have been with the company or in the job between 0 and 6 months. That tells us we must be more vigilant in looking out for one another, especially new colleagues, and in reinforcing our safety procedures. 2 of our incidents involved clear, well-known procedures to keep us safe not being followed. Of great concern to me, 2 of these injuries involved belt and mandrel interaction, perhaps one of the most dangerous areas of a tube plant, where the consequences of an interaction with the machines can be very severe, resulting in amputation or, in the worst possible case, a fatality. 5 of us have damaged our fingers, 2 of us our hands. There have been many training and awareness sessions held about hand safety, and yet we are still using them in ways that they should not be used, and this is causing pain and suffering. Slips, trips and falls have also been more common than usual, some caused by weather conditions through the winter period, others just by poor housekeeping. The consequence of a fall is resulting in injuries to heads, knees, shoulders and arms. The current state of affairs related to safety in our facilities is unacceptable. If I compare this to the first quarter last year, we had injured 3 people. For the full year of 2014, we reported 12 injuries. Based on these numbers, we seem to have forgotten how important our safety is. I hope you agree that we need to address this immediately. When I look at why this is concerning and if there are any common trends, the answers are very clear and come as no surprise. They're also very troubling. That said, I believe the key to turning this situation around involves a focus on 4 key areas: awareness, engagement, accountability and action. When it comes to awareness, we appear to have lost our awareness of risk, perhaps because of the familiarity of the job or our surroundings. Or are we simply choosing to ignore risk in favour of doing something quickly, or perhaps just because we think we will get away with it? And it's not that we don't have processes in place. I think we would all agree there are barriers to any process, and when it comes to safety, I believe the 2 biggest barriers are complacency and unsafe behaviour. To me, complacency is our biggest challenge. This is the enemy of awareness because it is just human nature to become comfortable in a routine versus looking for ways to constantly improve. Complacency can allow safety to be crowded out and compete with the other important business objectives. This is another reason we measure ourselves against zero versus last year's record. We absolutely know how to operate this business safely. We have a solid process in place and we have enjoyed world-class safety performance in this business for many years. However, as we all know, safety is not something where you can ever say, my job is done. We're all responsible and accountable for our own safety and for those people that we work with every day. In my office in Brussels, in front of my desk is this frame policy, and I would like to remind you what it says. It is the policy of the company to provide a safe and healthy work environment for the protection of its most vital resource, Sonoco employees. The health and safety of employees shall be the greatest interest to all levels of the organisation, ranking in importance above production, quality, costs and service. Let me say that again, ranking in importance above production, quality, costs and service. Additionally, we believe all personnel injuries can and should be prevented. While this responsibility begins with me, it is shared throughout the organisation. General managers are responsible for their business units, operation leaders for their facilities and supervisors for their areas of responsibility. All employees at every level are expected to accept full responsibility for their own health and safety and the health and safety of those whom they work. There is no place in Sonoco for an unsafe employee. The company will maintain a vigorous safety and injury prevention program at each location and will allocate the necessary resources to assure a safe and healthy work environment. And that's from Jack Sanders, who you know is our President and CEO. Now let me say something further related to our new organisation. I've heard some commentary around the accountability of safety at a global level. Some comments have been made that we have chosen to change the structure of the safety organisation and it is an issue now of less importance to us, and frankly, this couldn't be further from the truth. The decision we have recently taken has been to embed safety deeper in the business rather than having it managed from a central headquarters perspective. Effectively, our resources need to be as close to our employees as possible, and the day-to-day management of safety needs to sit at the shop floor with our supervisors, the plant managers and the regional managers. Through the new organisational design, we transition the top safety position from a global level to a business level to support specialisation in our safety management processes. Accountability was placed closer to the business where it is needed most. The importance of safety and its merits to our success do not change. Our safety strategy at your plants, the daily things we do and procedures we must follow remain as important as ever because your safety is important to the business. We all want to go home at the end of the day in the way we arrived. To make sure this happens, it is critical that we focus on risk and accountability. What is your attitude to risk and how do you manage it? Risk is all around us, at home, at work, or even on the way to work. How good are you at spotting it? Why do we take risks? Why does somebody reach around a guard and not lock out a machine? Not remove a trip hazard from the floor? I would ask you to consider how much work you have been involved in looking at risk assessment for tasks that are undertaken either by yourself or by the people around you. I would ask how much discussion occurs in your place of business on a day-to-day basis about risk and accountability. Where safety is concerned, we must be accountable to ourselves, our teammates and our families. I'm sure you have stopped one of your children from getting hurt, but have you ever stopped somebody you work with from getting hurt? Would you want them to stop you or point out something unsafe to you? I know you may not be comfortable doing that, but if you can stop somebody from injuring themselves, that's a very positive thing to do for a teammate. I'm sure that they will be thankful that you have saved them from injury. To truly make this work, it starts with the belief. This is a journey. As I mentioned earlier, we're not perfect, far from it, but we are on a journey to zero. I'd like to remind you about our global safety continuum. It talks about the key elements that we need to address in order to move to a world-class zero injury culture. I'd like you to take a copy of this document and establish where you believe you are on this continuum, either at the place of work, a plant that you may even be responsible for, and to look at the steps that you need to move along the continuum. We've talked about awareness and accountability. Now I'd like to talk to you about action. Action involves not only procedures but behaviours and how they impact the actions we take to keep ourselves and those around us safe. We certainly recognise behaviour is one of those words that is easily said but very difficult to modify. But unsafe behaviours must be eliminated. Our observation and intervention process is designed to do just that, and it will continue to evolve and remains a very important part of our journey to zero. Consider the procedures that we have in place in the business and ask yourself if they are being followed. These procedures are there for your safety and for the safety of those around you. It's important they are followed and enforced. Please help me by following them yourself and by taking action to make sure others do the same. Our behaviour or the actions that we take are a key factor in safety performance. If you do not have a process like STOP or SUSA, then reach out to your safety manager and bring one into your operation. It will help drive positive discussions about safety and reinforce behaviours and actions in your operation to contribute to our achievement of a zero injury culture. Finally, let me speak to engagement. This conversation started with you in mind, and it will finish with you in mind. We owe it to ourselves and those around us to lead by example. If you are prepared to take risks, and if you are prepared to have others around you taking risks, you will not be helping Sonoco or me move towards the world-class safety environment that you deserve to work in. I ask you today to think about what I have said during the course of this video and to help me help you to stay safe. Whether you are the CEO or the last person hired, safety is part of your job description. Every employee at Sonoco is empowered and expected to step up to help prevent injuries. It is expected because it is the right thing to do. Safety is our #1 priority, and it must be yours as well. We can't do this without your involvement and investment in your own safety and in that of your teammates. We can create process, we can conduct training, and we can care about your safety, but we can't make you care. As I mentioned earlier, that is your responsibility to yourself, your teammates, and your family. I'm counting on you to help me turn the trend that we see today and to get us back on the road to a world-class safety culture. We can absolutely do this by working together. Thank you for listening, and if I can help you or you have ideas to share to make us safer, please contact me directly at adam.wood@sonoco.com. Thank you.